Welcome to this new lesson about the Audace's 4D program. This program is designed specifically for designers, to allow us to create sketches about future collections and easily make changes. When you open the program, a window will appear asking us to choose the avatar we will be working with. In this case, we will create a dress, then, we click on Feminine and click on OK. Before we go to work on the avatar, let's see how we can move in the program. By turning the scroll of the mouse wheel, we have the possibility to zoom in on the work according to where we point the cursor. While, if we hold the scroll, we'll be able to move the mannequin. If we hold down the right click, and we move the mouse, it will be possible to rotate the whole mannequin. Let's start creating the dress. If you want, on the left side, we already find standard models for making just some changes. At the top of the screen, we find the general tools. Here at the bottom left, we find another toolbar for the display of the mannequin. We activate the symmetry axis. This feature allows us to mirror each action in the opposite side. As you can see, the mannequin is dressed in a skin suit. This is the one that we're going to modify to turn it into a dress. For start working, we go to the creation menu and activate the tool cuts with ring. This tool will allow us to make cuts in a circle. We move with the cursor on the mannequin, you will notice a yellow circle. If we rotate the mouse wheel, the circle becomes larger or smaller. We decide where to make the waist cut, a first left click to place the cut, and right click to confirm the action. The cut will turn green. If you don't like the line made or want to change the position, use the arrow going back in the upper left part of the screen, or the shortcut Ctrl+Z to go back. All the lines of the cuts, if green, mean that the pieces are sewn together, while those of blue color are not sewn to anything, as we can see on the neck. Now we make the cuts of the armhole, always remaining with the tool cuts with ring. With the cursor we move on the arms and as before, turning the scroll, we enlarge or decrease the circle that is formed. If you hold Ctrl, 2 more circles will appear. These circles will allow us to move the ring to the position we want to make the cut. Simply hold down on the desired circle and move the circle. We place the yellow circle and left click to see the location and right click to confirm. When we open our mannequin, we just see one piece. But once you make the cuts, you'll see that the program start making different pieces. On the right part of the screen we find all the list of pieces that we are creating and that, subsequently, we will rename. We proceed with the realization of the sleeves. In this case, since we have started to create divided pieces, if you want the symmetry line to work, we should select both sleeves. If we forget to do this, the change will be made only on the selected one. So, we select the tool cuts with ring, holding Shift key select both sleeves, we position for the cut, left click and then right click to confirm. We created the 2 cuffs. Now we select the remaining of the sleeves that we do not need, and we press the delete button on the keyboard to erase them. Now we are going to transform the sleeves. Holding Shift and with the select tool, we select the sleeves, and then we click on the Simulate tool and move to Volumize. On the side, we see a bar with a blue slider. Clicking on it and, holding it down, we drag it slowly to the right to give volume to the sleeves. On this way, we give it a balloon sleeve effect. Let's create the neckline. This time we use the Cut with Curve tool. You will see that our cursor will attach a yellow dot. We decide where to start our neckline and make a first left click. It will create a line, and if we rotate the mouse scroll it will be possible to curve the line. Holding the Ctrl key will give us the opportunity to manually change the line with the handles that appear on it. Do a right click if you want to retract the line and start again. Remember that to rotate the mannequin, just hold down the right click and move the mouse. Left click to lock line, right click to confirm. If the line has not reached the desired point we just add it, making another little cut. Left click where you want to start the line, another left click to end it, and a right click to confirm the cutting. If the lines were closed, and we did it all on the right way, then we would have a new piece on the right list of pieces. With the tool smooth, let's fix the line of the neckline that we made. In this case we have to select both pieces of the front because the line is green, so that is sewn. If you select only one piece of them, the tool will not work. Once you click on the tool, a bar with the blue cursor will appear. By clicking on it and dragging it, you can decide the intensity of the force with which it will be applied. The cursor will show a circle that, by rotating the scroll of the mouse, you can change the size according to your needs. Holding down on the point to be fixed, we move the mouse to smooth the piece. Now let's go to rename the pieces. On the right window, we double-click the piece and enter the name. Clicking on the piece will highlight the name and vice versa. For creating the cut of the shoulders, we use the Cut tool, or Cut with Curve. Left-click the line from the desired point, and another left-click where we want it to end. Right-click to close and confirm it, and right-click again to exit the tool. The shoulder line was made both to the right and to the left thanks to the active symmetry line. Let's continue with the creation of the skirt. Let's take the Model with Ring tool. This tool allows us to shape the structure according to our needs. Once you click on the instrument, the radial development item will appear. Dragging the cursor, we decide the width of the skirt. Once decided, we move to the mannequin and holding down, we drag the circle down slowly. You'll see that now the pants are gone, and it will simulate a skirt. Now we decide the length of the skirt. We use the tool Cuts with Ring and, with the wheel, we enlarge the circle. When we found the right height, we left-click to view the cut and right-click to confirm. Let's select the piece that we don't need and delete it by pressing Delete on the keyboard. Let's create the line for the cuts of the center of the back and hips. We select the back, click on the tool Cut with Curve and draw the line of the center of the back. First we do a left click to start the line, then a second left click to lock it and right click to detach the cursor from the line. Let's do the same for the skirt. Now we draw the lines of the hips. First, to be more comfortable, we unselect the visualization of the mannequin. We can do this by clicking on the icon in the bottom bar that has a mannequin design. We continue by unticking the sleeves on the list. It will remove the visualization of them. But they won't be gone, just hidden. After doing this, we activate the tool Cuts with Ring. Pressing Ctrl key, move the yellow circle vertically and click with the left button of the mouse and right button to confirm. With Remove Cuts in the toolbar, we remove the cuts that have been created on the shoulders. We just need to click on the tool and simply click on the lines to delete them. Now, let's tighten the skirt. We select the front and back pieces of the skirt. We take the instrument Model with Ring and decide the radial development, and with the circle that forms we go over it. Then we hold down the left click and drag it down. You will see that the lines of the hips will be maintained and at the same time elongated. For arrange the length of the skirt, we take the tool Cut with Ring. A first left click will allow us to set the cut, and a right to confirm the action. We select the pieces we don't need and delete them. Now let's get this skirt some moving. We select the skirt and then with the Simulate tool, we activate the gravity. Once clicked, you will notice that the skirt will start to have some movement. To block the action of the tool, make another click on the gravity icon. Let's shorten the skirt again, with the same procedure we did before, using Cut with Ring. Now we are going to do some sleeve cuts. Let's remove the mannequin's view, clicking on the mannequin icon on the bottom bar. Untick all the pieces of the dress except the sleeves in the list. Then, with Cut with Curve we make the cut under the sleeve, and then, select the cuff and draw the line there too. Once we did those cuts on the sleeves, we tick on the list every single piece to see our design. We continue making cuts for the darts. For this we select the bodice and with the cut with curve or cut tool, we draw the lines that we need. Our basic dress is ready. We could save it for making this our base for other designs on the future. For modifying this dress, we will create a ruffle in the skirt. We use the cuts with ring tool and create the cut for the ruffle. To change the color we need to select all the pieces and on the list. And then, clicking on the color button we will see the color window. So now we choose the one we want to give to the garment. You can also set a fabric effect. For this, we click on Fabric Structure button. A preset window will open containing files of fabric types, effects, and seams. In this case, the fabric structure will open the folder dedicated to fabrics and inside it, we will find various types. For example, click on linen. We click on Open, we select the purple color file, and we open it. You will notice that the structure of the dress has taken the form of a linen fabric. With the three icons below the purple bar on the right, you can change the appearance of the fabric. With the central icon, represented with a vertical arrow with 2 points, if kept pressed on the dress, and dragging the mouse, allows us to enlarge the print. With the icon on the left, represented with 2 cross arrows, we can move the print. We can also insert accessories, such as buttons. We go to the icon at the bottom represented by a button and click on it. A window will show the folder with preset buttons, and here we can choose the button we want to insert. Click on the button and then click on Open. You will see the button on the cursor, and you can place it momentarily with a click on the dress. Then we click on the button and manipulate it. With the circle created around it, we resize it, holding down with the left click and dragging it. With the green square, we rotate it. By clicking on it and dragging it, you can move it. To delete it, we select it and click on the bin in the bottom bar. Now let's try another thing. We remove the fabric structure. We select all the pieces of the dress and next to the writing purple, fabric structure, click on the X. The effect of the fabric will be removed. We select the sleeves and the down part of the dress. On the bar represented by a strike-through eye and by dragging the cursor towards the eye, we're going to give transparency to the piece, to simulate a semi-transparent fabric, for example, a georgette. We create some flounces. In the toolbar at the top, we click on the curl tool. The cursor will take the form of a cross. Click on the cut of the skirt. Once selected, the line will turn yellow. Now with the mouse scroll, we turn it towards us and the fabric will curl itself. We do the same thing with the back. Select the 2 lines by holding the Shift key to select multiple lines at once and turn the scroll until we get the desired effect. Now we are going to insert the seams in the neckline. Holding Ctrl and Shift keys, we click on the lines where we want to insert the seam. On the right panel will appear the Seams window. We click on Seam, then on Properties, and we double-click on Stitches. It will open the seam folder. We click on the first file and choose the seam we like most. Once inserted, we click on Preview. Here we can change the properties of the seam. The right rectangle will show a preview of the seam. By holding down the design of the seam and dragging it, you can move it in position. Notice on the garment that it will do the same actions. And by dragging the dots, you can enlarge or reshape it. We continue with the other seams, repeating the same procedures. Click on the lines holding Shift and Ctrl keys and click on Properties. Click on Stitch, choose Seam and Open. We move on Preview and we arrange the seam. We repeat all this process also on the cuffs. We also color the inserted seams, selecting all the seams, and in the right panel we click on the color button, then we choose the color and click on OK. Once the design is finished, click on the icon represented with a pencil in the bar at the bottom left. This will allow us to have a finished view of our work. Attention! To continue the changes you must disable the pencil, because if it's activated the program won't allow you to make changes. On the same bar, if we click on the icon represented by a mannequin with a semicircle, our mannequin is going to rotate. We can choose the speed of the rotation by dragging the sidebar. Our dress is finished. Let's save it. Once saved, you can also extract the patterns in 2 dimensions directly from the job we created. For this, we have to select the piece we are interested in extrapolating and going to File, Export, and Patterns. Click OK. We save the file, and after saving it we go to Audace's pattern and open the piece on that program. Let's go to File and open the previously saved document. Here's the bodice pattern. Thank you for watching this video. Stay up to date on all the news from Audaces.